Just across the river from downtown Wilmington is one of World War II's most highly decorated American battleships.
Hi, I'm Kim Robinson Sincox. I am Museum Services Director here at Battleship, North Carolina. Battleship, North Carolina was commissioned in 1941. She was the first of the new battleships built during World War II. She's a North Carolina class, and there were just two ships of the North Carolina class, the North Carolina and her sister ship, the Washington.
The USS North Carolina was the first of the U.S. Navy's newly designed, heavily armed battleships to be built in almost 2 decades.
When the ship was launched in 1941 in New York City, it was a very exciting time. She got a lot of publicity, And in fact, she got so much publicity, there was jealousy with her sister ship, the Washington, and so they nicknamed her the Showboat.
This showboat had a lot to be proud of. She had the latest in anti-aircraft weaponry. She had 9 16-inch guns, 25-inch guns, and even carried 3 Vought OS-2U Kingfisher float planes. But before she could ever see a battle, the USS North Carolina had to complete her shakedown cruise.
The shakedown cruise on a battleship is when you're testing out everything. For this ship, one of the things they did, they went to Maine and they took all the 16-inch guns and all the 5-inch guns, they turned them all to one side and fired them all at one time to see what in the world would happen. Could the ship withstand that kind of punishment? And she survived just fine.
It was during the USS North Carolina's shakedown cruise that the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, catapulting the United States into war. The USS North Carolina was given the order to complete her testing and then head out for the Pacific.
We get to Pearl Harbor in July of 1942, and apparently it was just an awesome moment. I mean, because the guys who were at Pearl, they had been on the losing end of the stick for 6 months. They felt forgotten. They've still got damaged ships lying there in the harbor, and here comes this great, gorgeous new ship into Pearl Harbor, and apparently from all over, spontaneously, men come rushing up out of the ships, men and women out of the buildings. Everybody's just trying to crane their necks to see this gorgeous new ship. It gave them hope.
The battleship left Pearl Harbor on July 15, 1942, along with the aircraft carrier Enterprise, and headed for combat in the South Pacific Ocean. The USS North Carolina was tasked with protecting the Enterprise from airborne attack.
The battleship's first engagement occurred August 24th. We'd only been in the Pacific for like a month. Guys on the anti-aircraft guns, they're the smaller guns and stuff. They could feel sort of overshadowed by the really big guns, the 6-inch, 5-inch guns. Well, in this first battle, it was an air attack. So here comes these incoming planes, and our ship is desperately trying to help the Enterprise fight off an attack. And in fact, we had so much going up, so many guns going off. The Enterprise radios us and say, "Hey, are you guys afire?" We're, no, we're not afire, we're not afire. It's just all these guns going off. But the thing was, we were credited with shooting down quite a few planes. And an interesting transformation took place. Anti-aircraft guys, it was their moment to shine. Those guys thought they were 10 feet tall because they're the ones that helped protect the Enterprise.
The USS North Carolina went on to fight in every major naval offensive in the Pacific theater, escorting the aircraft carriers USS Saratoga, USS Wasp, and the USS Enterprise. All in all, the USS North Carolina carried out 9 shore bombardments, sank an enemy troop ship, destroyed at least 24 enemy aircraft, and assisted in shooting down many more. By the end of the war, she had steamed over 300,000 miles and only lost 10 men in action and had 67 wounded.
By the end of the war, we had earned 15 battle stars. That means we were a part of 15 campaigns, that we were very highly decorated. There are other American battleships which ended up surpassing us, but that's because they served in multiple wars. And we were only in World War II. Our ship served from 1941 to 1947 when we were decommissioned.
The USS North Carolina was decommissioned on June 27, 1947, and spent 14 years in dry dock on Bayonne, New Jersey. In 1958, the official order came through to have her scrapped for metal.
The school children of North Carolina organized a campaign, gave their pennies, nickels, and dimes for 1 year, and purchased the USS North Carolina from the United States government. And it was in 1961 that she was brought up the river and moored, and she's been there ever since.
The USS North Carolina Battleship Memorial pays tribute to the state's World War II veterans and the 10,000 North Carolinians who died during the war.
When you come visit the Battleship North Carolina, we've got 9 parts of 9 levels to see. And the ship is 2 city blocks long, is 15 stories high. So part of what you see is the daily life. You see where they slept, where they ate, where they could buy some clothes, buy a candy bar, get their hair cut, get their clothes washed. It's unique, it's fun, it's friendly for everybody. All ages seem to just love it. So we want you to come and climb aboard and have a great time.